Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Saturday, October 23, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. New Orleans Pelicans vs Minnesota Timberwolves. On the boards, the leading rebounder was Jonas Valanciunas with 12, but no other player for the Pelicans had more than 7 Ingram boards. New Orleans grabbed 44 rebounds in all with 34 on the defensive glass and 10 off the offensive boards. The Pelicans had 5 steals and 6 blocked shots, but allowed Philadelphia to shoot 51.8% overall and an impressive 52.0% from long range. New Orleans must tighten its perimeter defense or face a long season. Our first betting advice is to pick Minnesota Timberwolves, -6.5. Minnesota fans were robbed of an opportunity to see any sustained effort from the star group considering how often guys were in and out of the lineup with injuries. Make no mistake, the Timberwolves are no longer the laughingstock of the Western Conference if everyone is healthy. They can start proving it by beating up on a Pelicans team that's struggling to get buckets. They're also having problems stopping them as well, with opposing teams averaging a 4th highest 51.8% shooting against them. The shooters in Minnesota are licking their chops for an opportunity to make it rain buckets on the Pelicans and serve as another building block towards changing the perception of the team. Our second betting advice is to pick under 226.5. Milwaukee Bucks vs San Antonio Spurs. Milwaukee is averaging 111 points per game through their first 2 games. They scored 95 points in their last game, making 38.1% of their field goals and 286% of their three-pointers. Giannis Antetokounmpo led the way for Milwaukee with 15 points and 10 rebounds. Grayson Allen finished with 14 points and 3 rebounds, while Sandro Mamukelashvili had 12 points and 4 rebounds for the Bucks. Milwaukee hasn't been very good defensively through their first 2 games, giving up 120.5 points per game. They gave up 137 points in their last game and will need a significantly better performance if they want to get the win. Our first betting advice is to pick the Bucks. Milwaukee is also 1-1 against the spread, as its easy win over the Nets on opening night came as a slight favorite. Overs are 1-1 for the Bucks after Thursday's game cleared the betting total of 222.5 points, thanks to Miami's strong shooting night. That wasn't a typical performance from a Milwaukee offense that led the NBA with 120.1 points per game last season, while shooting 55.4% from 2 and 38.9% from 3, both top 5 marks. The Bucks' defense didn't grade out nearly as well last season, but did enough, allowing 114.2 points per game on 50.7% shooting from 2 and 38.4% from beyond the arc. Our second betting advice is to pick over. Quick reminder, BetUS is a platform that offers betting on all major sport and horse racing leagues. It has slots, table games, blackjack, and a variety of other casino games. All of the major US leagues are available for betting, including the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, and PGA. In addition, BetUS allows wagers on esports, Olympic events, soccer, cricket, boxing, cycling, and many more competitions. Join BetUS now using our link down below and get 125% cashback bonus on your first deposit on the sportsbook after you open an account and deposit using our link and use our promo code HIGHSTAKES. Phoenix Suns vs Portland Trail Blazers. The Trail Blazers were coming off a winless preseason, losing all by an average of 23.7 points. Portland finished 42-30 last season and earned the 6th seed in the Western Conference. But the playoffs ended quickly with Denver eliminating the Blazers in the opening round. The team parted ways with longtime coach Terry Stotts following the season and hired Chauncey Billups, who made his regular season debut as a head coach on Wednesday. He hopes for a better defensive effort from his squad when they face the Suns in this matchup. Our first betting advice is to pick Portland Trail Blazers -2.5. With little changeover from last season's roster, Portland will have to find a way to improve on both ends of the floor in 2021 to 2022. The Trail Blazers struggled from deep in their first game of the year. Lillard, in particular, had an off night from long range, shooting .049 from beyond the arc in the loss. The 31-year-old point guard averaged 28.8 points and 7.5 assists per game last season, while shooting 39.1% from three-point range. According to dunksandthrees.com, Portland's opening night performance places them 20th in the league in adjusted net rating, -4.9, and 24th in the NBA with an adjusted defensive efficiency rating of 113.7. Our second betting advice is to pick over 232.5. Memphis Grizzlies vs Los Angeles Clippers. Ja Morant had a huge game for Memphis, scoring 37 points with 6 rebounds and 6 assists to lead all scorers. Desmond Bane got the start and poured in 22 points for Memphis, while De'Anthony Melton added 20 points. Also, Jaren Jackson scored 13 points and Kyle Anderson had 10 points off the bench. And Adams grabbed a team-high 14 rebounds as Memphis outrebounded Cleveland 53-36. Newcomer Eric Bledsoe stepped up with 22 points, while Ivica Zubac added 14 points. Reggie Jackson and Terrence Mann each added 11 points, while Marcus Morris chipped in with 10 points. But the Clippers only shot 44% from the floor and 35% from three, and they were pounded on the glass, getting outrebounded 53-38. The only thing that kept them in the game was their 9 steals, as they forced 21 Golden State turnovers, while only turning it over 7 times themselves. Our first betting advice is to pick Los Angeles Clippers -3.5. The Clippers are dealing with adversity to start the season, as their superstar Kawhi Leonard is in danger of missing the entire regular season with a partially torn ACL. According to Bet, the Clippers' over-under win total is 45.5, 7th amongst Western Conference teams. Paul George led Los Angeles with 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists in the opening game, followed by Eric Bledsoe with 22 points. As a team, the Clippers shot 44.2%, 42-95, from the floor, 35%, 14-40, from 3, and 71.4%, 15-21, from the charity stripe. In the season-opening victory against Cleveland, Memphis shot 53%, 53-100, from the floor, 42.4% from the three-point, and 12 of 12 from the free throw line. The Grizzlies had 3 starters score at least 20 points, led by Ja Morant, who finished with 37 points, while shooting 17 of 29 from the floor. The only starter not in double figures for scoring, Steven Adams had 8 points, but grabbed a game-high 14 rebounds. The Cavaliers shot 50.5%, 47-93, from the field and 36.8%, 14-38, from three-point distance in the loss. The Clippers are starting the season without their best player, Kawhi Leonard. Leonard injured his knee last season and is out indefinitely. The team is hopeful he'll be back on the court this season, but there is no timetable for his return. So that means Paul George will have to carry the load, and he'll need some help. In their season opener Thursday, George led the Clippers with 29 points, 11 rebounds and 6 assists, but the Clippers fell short, losing at Golden State 115-113. Our second betting advice is to pick under. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.